We all have so much happening because if you're watching the replay to this, tomorrow is Christmas Eve. So talk about the women that are on the screen right now, the dedicated, the committed. I mean, you probably have a to-do list a mile long, but you are prioritizing your Mary Kay business. And as Mary Kay said, those who show up, go up. Well, we are so excited about today's boot camp. And if we haven't got the pleasure of meeting, my name is Kristin Sharpe, and I am your National Sales Director. And if you're so new to Mary Kay, you might be thinking, what in the heck is a National Sales Director? Well, I drive one of those absolutely gorgeous pink Escalades. And a National Sales Director is the highest position that you can attain in Mary Kay. So I'm very proud to represent our Sharpe National area, as well as Mary Kay Cosmetics, the #1 best-selling brand of skincare and color cosmetics. And I wanted to remind you that there is still time for you to earn your #1 tumbler. That's right. So here in the month of December 2023, when you add a new team member and you do your 600 SOAR, you earn this awesome, incredible tumbler. And Christy Eggers is on, and she said, Kristin, almost a whole cup of coffee fits into this. So I have not verified that. I'm pregnant. I can't drink that much coffee, but Christy has verified it. So if you've already earned your tumbler by getting your 600 wholesale in and adding a new team member in the month of December, let us know in the chat. But I also want to encourage you that there's still plenty of time. That's right, plenty of time for you to secure your tumbler. Now, I did want to give the heads up that Mary Kay In Touch is going down for a couple days. We'll put the details in the chat. So you really, really, really want to make sure you're taking advantage of today, because the site and our websites, all the apps, everything will be down. So we want you to be prepared for that. Now, also, I want to remind you that our really fun Ornament Contest by adding a new team member and hitting 1,000 wholesale ends tomorrow, the 24th, Christmas Eve. So there's still time for you to earn your ornaments. And y'all, so many people are so last minute that they are needing our help. And we can swoop in and be the little pink elves that help them with their gift giving needs, okay? All right, well, if you haven't yet said good morning, I see all these people coming in. Say good morning. Let us know where you're tuning in from. We have consultants, new and seasoned, from all across the country and Canada that are watching today, and we are so excited. So I also wanted to show you the 600 wholesale SOAR prize this month, okay? Remember, when you earn this, add a new team member, you get that tumbler. Look how much stuff this holds. You guys, I love it. And this little top part comes down. You can hold necklaces and bracelets. So this, again, is still available until the 31st. And when you bump up to a 1,200 wholesale, you do get the 18-month calendar. So let me know in the chat if you've already secured your jewelry box and or your calendar or your tumbler. We are so excited for you. And remember, there's still plenty of time for you to earn yours. Well, today, our whole focus is going to be on the Mary Kay skincare party. And I like to say, party and pass it on. It is our mantra in our Sharpe National area, because everything that you want out of your Mary Kay business can come from a skincare party. Now, prior to COVID, so much of what we did was around a kitchen table in people's homes. And I truly believe that is the best #1 way to build your business. I feel like you can build connections faster and quicker when you're eyeball to eyeball, heart to heart, knee to knee. But post-COVID, I will tell you that working online, doing Zooms and Facebook parties also has expanded our business, which has also expanded our reach. So I believe the best consultants in Mary Kay are the ones that truly, you guys, master not only the online party through Facebook or Zoom, but also the in-person party. So our focus is going to be the in-person party, just because so many of you have told me, wow, I feel confident with online parties. I've watched so many directors do things online, but I need some more support with the in-person, in-home, or in a location party. And so that's what we're going to focus on today. But just know, so many of the tips and tricks and ideas and strategies I'm going to share are really doable in not only the in-home party, but also, you guys, the virtual party. And I think you're going to see how we can leverage these ideas, thoughts, and strategies in both capacities. But my focus today is going to be in the in-person home party. All right, so we're calling this Party and Pass It On because truly anything you want in your Mary Kay business can be connected to the number of faces and the number of skincare parties you hold. In fact, I always say your success in this business has a lot to do how close together you do your skincare parties and appointments. I also want to give you hope because you guys, my first skincare party was an epic fail. I didn't have a training like this. I didn't have checklists. I didn't have someone giving me a script. I read this little manual that Mary Kay gave me. I hadn't really watched a party, you guys. And I will tell you, I forgot the order of products. People put things on totally in the wrong order. And at that party, there was a lot of women that had bronze skin. And I have more ivory beige skin. And I was not familiar with the bronze foundations. And so after selecting foundations that I had no idea what I was doing, most of the women looked very orange. And I thought, wow, I have an opportunity here to lie and say, oh, that looks great when I knew it didn't. Or I could tell the truth and say, oh, that is clearly not the right color. Take it off. I was so mortified that I could not find their correct foundation. You guys, that I didn't even properly close the party. I didn't share the Mary Kay opportunity. But there was a woman at the party named Barbara. And at the end, she came up to me and she said, I would like to join Mary Kay. Now, do not take my advice here. This is what I said in the moment. You do? Okay, like surprised? You do? And she said, yeah. I was shocked because I was thinking this was the most epic party. Like I wanted to go back in my car and cry because I'm like, this was bad. This was real bad. And she said, well, yeah, I watched what you did and people were laughing and having fun and they're wanting to place orders. And I mean, I can totally do what you just did. And in fact, it was insinuating that she could do it better. And I was like, oh, well, yes, you can. Well, I'm grateful for Barbara because she taught me how to find bronze foundations. And now I'm really good at it all these years later. But I share that with you guys, because you don't have to be perfect. Okay? Perfection can be intimidating. Now, I want you to be educated. I want you to be prepared, but you don't have to be perfect. Really, the most important thing at a party is that you have fun, you learn something new, that the people attending have fun, they learn something new. And so, as I share all of this today, just know this is a process as you're learning the Mary Kay skincare party and the strategies behind it. And the more you do, the better you get. I can try a skincare party in my sleep. I really have no notes today because I've done it so much, but I want to give you hope at that first party that was an epic fail where I still got a new team member and people still bought products and everyone looked like orange and not the right color. And I didn't even do the order of products correctly. Okay, so I'm sure some of you that had a party already have had a more successful party than me. And I have the top position in Mary Kay. If I can, you can. If she can, you can. So let's go ahead and jump right in. One of my first, I would say, tips to first success at a skincare party is to have products on hand, to have inventory. Mary K.I.S. used to say it's really hard. It's really hard. It's difficult if you don't have products on hand. We call that an inventory in Mary Kay. Now, if you're like me, you guys, when I started Mary Kay, I started because I needed money. The thought of making the investment in inventory made me very nervous. I was very apprehensive. But one of the things that I loved with Mary Kay was I loved all the free product I got with my first order. So if you've already taken advantage of getting free product with your first order, let us know in the chat. If you're stuck in a decision, let us know in the chat. I'm here to tell you that in my 17 years, there's only been more product for free available. And in my 17 years, there has never been such an amazing Get Start program for new consultants as there is right now. So if your sales director said, hey, don't place your order until you talk to me, it's because truly, you guys, we have your best interest at heart. What order you start with is up to you, but we want to make sure that you have all the information to make the best decision for you and your family based on your goals with Mary Kay. But either way, if you can come in where you get products for free, which start at a 600 wholesale, which to be honest with you is maybe enough to do maybe one party. That's more of a personal beauty user order, but still at the 600 on up is where you get free product. There's 2 huge bonuses available for you, okay? There is a 15-day bonus, and then there's a bonus that ends in the month that you joined plus the next month. So I share this because in order to really maximize the free product, which is 100% profit versus 50% profit, you want to make your decision quickly. And we don't say that to put pressure on you. We say that because that's truly to your best interest, because 100% profit is much better than 50. And why with that first product order, it's so key, because the more products you start with, okay, the more you get for free and the faster it is to move into profit zone. That's right. And also, when you start with inventory, you can create your demo roll-up bag, which we're going to talk about later today, as well as your glamour kit demos. And for some of you that started with our eStart kit, you didn't get anything but samples. Some of you that started with the full upgraded starter kit, still, you guys, as much as you got for free and full size, it's really not everything that you need, okay? And so that first order, your sales director is going to help you create your inventory. So you have the products on hand to sell where people can take the stuff home that day, but you'll also be able to build your adequate demo bag and glamour bag, okay? I say this because this is a stat that's proven in Mary Kay, is that when you start with inventory, you have a 5 times greater chance of being more successful. Now, I don't say that to discourage you if you couldn't start with inventory, but if you're trying to sell from an empty wagon, it's going to be harder for you to get into profit zone because you're going to have to reinvest more of your sales to get your adequate demos, okay? So can we just all pinky promise right now that you will have a one-on-one conversation? This is a personal decision and a personal conversation with your sales director. And whether you start with inventory or a medium package or a large package, your sales director is assigned to your success. And she will help you come up with a customized plan to help you move into profit as fast as you can and to get as much free product as you possibly can. Now, free product gets you into profit. Did you catch that? Free product allows you to give hostess gifts, okay, and hostess incentives, which we're going to talk about. And free products allows you to get more on the products. And you might be thinking, well, Kristin, I thought of my product to sell. Well, honey, you need to be your best customer. The more you personally use in Mary Kay, the more you're going to sell. And so believe it or not, we want you to take stuff off your shelf and personally use the products, because then it's not like you're selling. You're just sharing and telling people about what you personally use and love. Okay? Are we all on the same page? So promise me, you will have that conversation with your sales director. This, you guys, as a new consultant, let's just say you start with $1,000 worth of inventory. I say that because it's easy math, okay? And you decide 10 months from now, 11 months from now, 12 months from now, Mary Kay is not for you. You can send your product back, and Mary Kay will give you 90% back of your investment. So what does that mean? Mary Kay is saying, hey, Jessica, hey, Christy, hey, Melissa, we're going to invest 90% in you if you invest 10% in us. Isn't that pretty incredible? That tells you the integrity of our company. But you might not have known this. The hundreds of dollars in free product you get a keep. So really, when you do the math, it's not just 90%. It's almost 100% satisfaction guarantee as a consultant. So like we have the 100% satisfaction guarantee with customers, we truly have that as a consultant to be able to return your inventory. And when they told me this, I'm like, how does Mary Kay make it? Like, how does that make sense for the company? They want to protect the integrity of our brand. They don't want people selling at a garage sale or liquidating stuff. and contaminating the market with products that who knows how long they've had them. They want you to come into Mary Kay, but also be able to exit Mary Kay in a very positive way. They want you to have a positive experience with the brand, even if you decide this isn't something that you want as a career. Isn't that incredible? I don't know of any other company, you guys, that has that type of return policy. But again, it's because our whole foundation of our business is built on the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. All right, so moving on to your Mary Kay business and the party, okay? I want you to write this down because this is probably one of the most important concepts. We call it the KISS philosophy. Like a kiss, pucker up, baby. Okay? The KISS philosophy is keep it simple, sweetie. That's right. Keep it simple, sweetie. So can we also just make another pinky promise that if you start to complicate your Mary Kay business, because sometimes it's our own head, right? We make it so much harder. I want you to remember the Mary K.I.S. philosophy of keep it simple, sweetie. In fact, Mary K.I.S. knew that women were coming in with all different backgrounds. Our priorities were being a wife and a mom and potentially our other career. And so she wanted this to be so simple. So if you start to think that things are getting complicated or your mind starts to get cluttered, you need to take a swift break and say, keep it simple, sweetie, and reach up and call your sales director, because that is never our intent. Okay. All right. Well, one of the biggest things we're launching on this Zoom is our new flip chart. So if you were wondering, okay, Kristin, parties, I'm excited, but what in the heck am I supposed to say at these parties? Well, I'm about ready to be your new best friend because we have a word for word script. That's right. Word for word script. So if you were a consultant that got the full kit, you got the Mary Kay flip chart, okay? It looks like a binder, and it came with a big stack of papers that you could create your flip chart. Now, I will tell you, if you read the Mary Kay flip chart, as much as it's really beautiful, it's written by someone in corporate America that if you read it to someone, they probably would start snoozing. Okay, it is not fun, there's not jokes. And read it for the information, but I highly suggest that you print our Sharpe National Area, new revised as of 3 days ago, flip chart, okay? And you guys, here's what you'll notice. How it's written is more how you would talk. It's much more fun. It's much more energetic, and it's shorter, okay? So we have a whole sheet that we are going to put in the chat. We're also going to send this out afterwards, but it's how to assemble your flip chart. So if you got the binder from Mary Kay and your starter kit, you're ahead of the game. If not, okay, do not worry, because you can order the Mary Kay flip chart binder on section 2, okay? And we will put a link, Christy will put a link of how much it costs, where to buy it. It's easy. So some of you got it in your starter kit, but if not, it's not expensive, okay? Don't try to use any binder. You're going to need to use the official Mary Kay flip chart binder. And I'm going to show you why. Because there's this little flip right here, flap, and this actually holds the binder together, okay? And so as you're doing the party, you're flipping. So if you try to go buy one of these on Amazon, you guys, they're really expensive and they're not as good. I'm just going to tell you. So see how it makes like a triangle here, okay? And what's great is you always flip back towards yourself, okay? You flip towards yourself. So what we're going to do is we're going to share with you the document that I highly suggest that you go print out at Office Max. Did you know with Office Max, we get an amazing discount? I know. Oh my goodness. Okay. So Melissa's going to share with you how to even like access that discount at Office Max in the chat, because you might want to use that for office supplies, like copies, you name it. Okay. But I have a nice printer, but I just found that printing this off at Office Max, you guys, it just looks so much more professional. Now, if you have the Mary Kay one, you're going to notice it's like a hard cardstock and it's not in sheet protectors. I want to highly suggest that you put the flip chart that I ask you to print in sheet protectors. So we have this amazing document we're going to pull up, and it's how to assemble your flip chart, okay? We even have a video of how to do it. Now, one thing to know is the flip chart is 2 pages, front and back. But when you get this printed, you actually print it single-sided, because what's interesting is, for example, you're looking at this page and then it's telling you what to say here. And so do not, hear me on this, do not print this, okay? Two-sided. It's going to mess you up. I also didn't print it on cardstock because I just found after you have 2 sheets together, you guys, in a sheet protector, you don't need it to be cardstock, okay? So what I'm so excited to tell you is that you can get this binder on section 2 for around $5, okay? And I believe to print the flip chart, Melissa, will you put that in the chat? Was it around $12 or $13? Someone might have already put there. It's very inexpensive, and that's in color, you guys. That's in color. So again, you'll see pictured here. Here's the Mary Kay one. And if you like some of their front pages, you can use that. But we have recreated everything for your convenience, okay? And it's very professional, and it's in sheet protectors. Now, I used to not put it in sheet protectors, and then it starts to look a little dingy. It does not look professional. Promise me, pinky promise me, you will put it in the sheet protectors, okay? So again, we have this whole sheet. We're going to put it up on the screen. You can take a picture of it. We're also going to share it with you, you guys, but follow the instructions. Follow the instructions on how to set it up. I set mine up last night. I picked up my copies at Office Max, and it took me 2 minutes to assemble. But if you don't watch the video, if you don't look at this document, believe it or not, as simple as it might seem, you might get a little confused. So read the document, watch the video that we're going to give you, and it's how to assemble it. It's so easy. So I took Mary Kay's and just set it to the side because every page you need is right in here. Now, you guys, we have this so step-by-step where it even shows you the order of how you line up the products and how we talk about them on the screen. Okay, like on this sheet of paper where I'm holding this up on the screen so you can see it. It's exactly every single product, which you'll notice not all of these came in your starter kit. This is where inventory comes in hand. Okay, but what the products are and how to line them up at the table. Okay, incredible, right? Now, here's what I suggest is after you get your flip chart together, okay, you'll see that I have my script, but do you also see where I have personalized notes? Do you also see where I highlight things? Okay. Now, the idea with this flip chart is not like you're saying, how many have washed your hands a lot and struggle with dry hands? Fun fact. No, boring. Okay. The idea is you read the script, and perhaps on some of these pages, you guys, you even make your own notes. How many of you like to have bullet points? Like your brain works in bullet points. Mine does. So even though I paid someone to type out every single thing I say at a party and put it in this flip chart, you guys, my own words. I'm like, this is weird. So what you'll see is on some of my pages, I just have my own handwriting. I took my script and made my own bullet points. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. You just slide your notes into the back if that's easier for you. Or if you're like me, I hit 40, you guys, and my eyes were not as good. And so I needed to bump up the font. So once you assemble the flip chart, you can slide in your own paper on a page that you want to adjust. Okay. Also, there's some optional pages like microdermabrasion, the charcoal mask. You might want to insert in about the new serums, okay? What's so great is you can adjust the order at any time, okay? So there is insert pages you can use, or perhaps you might want to insert in some of the pages that Mary Kay gave you in the flip chart. So a very important task after today is that you print that flip chart in color. I highly suggest taking it to an Office Max or an Office Depot. And even if you don't live next to one, you can order it online and they can ship it to you. Okay. And then I'm going to ask you to make sure you have the binder, make sure you have sheet protectors, and you assemble this. The next piece of this is you got to read through it and you got to practice it. When I was a brand new consultant, you guys, I would practice my skincare party presentation and I would video myself. I would send a video to my mom and she would tell me all the things I needed to adjust. It was painful. It was hard in the beginning because I knew I needed to get better. But the more I did it, the better I got. And I did not have a word for word script. I was creating it on my own. This is a template for your success. I know you're really going to thank me after you see how amazing this is. You guys, this is hundreds and hundreds of hours poured in to have it be available for you. Okay. Now, one thing is the flip chart can stand on the table. You can also use this same flip chart for your virtual parties and just hold it up and you can just turn and flip. Now, what I also love is sometimes when the party gets out of control, you guys, I put my hand through this and I hold it. Now, one of the things that really brought me confidence with the party is I felt like this was a shield between me and the people. So when I got nervous, like I just felt like, oh, like this was my safety net. Now, also, you guys, don't be like weirded out if you have to read it, because many times when I'm reading my flip chart, this is also what sells people on becoming a consultant. I tell them, I'm like, anyone can be a consultant. They give us a word for word script. I'm just reading it. I'm just referencing it. And people all of a sudden say, oh, wow, okay. They tell you what to say. They give you a whole presentation. I can do this too. So do you see the confidence in using this? So you guys, even though technically I don't need this anymore, I still use it because it shows others how easy our job is. Also, it's the visual. Like right here is a picture of an eye mite. When we talk about the eye mites, there is power in showing these pictures. Also, many of the pictures have before and afters right here built into the flip chart. So you promise me, you'll assemble your flip chart, okay? You'll get the sheet protectors. You'll get the Mary Kay binder on section 2 for $5 if you don't have it. And you will set yourself up to be ready to hit the ground running, practicing this new flip chart that's been updated with our numerical set. So you are ready to go come January 1st. Okay? Perfect. And some of you who already have the binder, already have the sheet protectors, you can be up and going in the next few hours. This does not have to take a long time. I sent my order to Office Max and it was ready 3 hours later. That's how easy. That's how easy, okay? So the new flip chart is key to your success for virtual and in-person parties, you guys. So we're going to refer back to that a little bit, but this is new, it's updated, and you have access to it. All right. Well, the next thing about parties, you guys, that's so important is showing up to your parties looking professional. And one of the best ways to do that is always honoring our Mary Kay attire. So I love our Mary Kay beauty coat. You can see it here. I wanted to show you, I just ordered a new one because as you guys know, I'm pregnant and I can't, my boobs are too big, my belly is too big, and so I have to upgrade my size. So I actually love that Mary Kay has different styles of the beauty coat, and you can earn beauty coat as part of a contest we call in Mary Kay in our Sharpe National area, the Beauty Coat Contest. So let me know in the chat if you already have your beauty coat, if you've earned it, but the Beauty Coat Contest is 30 faces in 30 days and a new Great Start qualified team member. So you guys, double up with, you know, all the other fun prizes we have. But the beauty coat is an incredible contest. So again, you'll see here, this is our Sharpe Girl action plan. This is another great tracking sheet, but we also have a tracking sheet for the beauty coat contest. If you're a first timer, once you've earned the beauty coat, you can go and reference the Sharpe Girl action plan, which tracks your 30 faces and your career chats. But we actually have a document called the Beauty Coat Contest. And with 30 faces and your first team member, you can earn this when your team member comes in Great Start qualified. When you do 2 Great Start Qualified, you get your name embroidered on the beauty coat, okay? So the beauty coat goes right along with our pearls of sharing because we want you seeing the faces and sharing the opportunity. And remember my first party with Barbara. I didn't share the opportunity and she joined. Okay, so you don't even have to be a master at sharing. Sometimes people just see what you do and they're like, wow, I can do it too. But how to share the marketing plan, guess what, is one of the pages in the flip chart. So at my Mary Kay appointments, I wear a black skirt or a black dress and I wear the Mary Kay beauty coat over the top. Ideally, I like to button it and I like to stop, take the belt and apply the belt on, because then I use my hands for raffle tickets, which we're going to talk about, and also to hold different things in my pockets. I wear black flats, a black skirt, sometimes black tights when it's cold out in the summer. I just wear black flats and a black skirt. And then I just wear a little black cami underneath the beauty coat. You guys, it's very simple. Now, we're going to bring back up the pearls of sharing because you guys, when you share and do those practice sharing appointments with your sales director, these start even as a new consultant, you can earn our exclusive Sharpe pearls. I wear these, you guys, with all my bracelets. I think the more, the better. But with your first 5 shares with your sales director, you earn this super cute pink bracelet with a little lipstick charm. It's so adorable. Okay, the second level, when you've done 10 shares, you earn our anchor, which is our symbol in our national area. It's a cross on the rocker of life. And then the third one is the bumblebee, which this is our symbol in Mary Kay. Aerodynamically, a bumblebee is not supposed to fly, but it flies anyway. You earn all 3. So you guys, the beauty coat contest and the pearls of sharing go hand in hand, okay? So as you're seeing the faces, 30 faces, which means they've tried product on their face through samples or through a skincare party face-to-face, okay? And you share the opportunity with them, not just share the facts about Mary Kay, but do a sharing appointment where you and your director follow up. You can earn the pearls. So the more people you share with, the more new team members you're going to add. And that's why we always say faces take you places. And your success in Mary Kay has a lot to do with how close you do your parties and your appointments together. So let me know in the chat if you've already earned your pearls. Let me know if this is something that you're talking to your sales director about, because right now, during Christmas and New Year's, people are off work, you guys. They're looking for something with the new year, and this is the time to start a new opportunity. Many people are looking for tax advantages for the new year. There's so many different reasons. So this is time to earn your pearls. And if you didn't know this, you guys, the profits from the artist that creates these pearls just for us, 100% of the profits go to help women and children that are human trafficked in Atlanta, as well as women in domestic violence situations. And so it's just a great cause to know that when you're wearing these, it's part of doing good for others, but also sharing our Mary Kay opportunity. Okay. All right. So we've talked about the beauty coat. We've talked about the pearls. Next, we're going to talk about the table. All right. So you guys, I will tell you that setting up for a Mary Kay party is important. And sometimes, believe it or not, you'll go to a hostess's house and she won't have a table, or her table might have like a mound of stuff on it, or her table might be very expensive and you're thinking, oh my gosh, like, I don't know, this is so fancy. I don't even know if she'd have a party on this table, or the table might be not so clean. So one of the best things I invested in, you guys, is having a 6-foot foldable table that goes with me in my car. I am a mobile party. I have shown up to people's houses, believe it or not, and they didn't even have a kitchen table. I've done parties in dorms. There was nowhere to, even sit. Now, for some of you, you're like, oh, well, we can just hop down on the floor. Well, I'm 5 months pregnant, and me getting down on the floor, I can't get up very fast. Okay. Some of you might have knee issues. All right. So bringing your own table that's lightweight, that has a little handle, is awesome. I got this at Walmart. It was very inexpensive. I also have some foldable chairs from IKEA, believe it or not. Okay. And they fit in my car because I've been places where there wasn't enough chairs. I know you're thinking, what? And you might even coach the hostess, like, do you know where we're going to have the party? Do you have a table? How many chairs do you have? And you still show up and it's like, wait a minute, we had this conversation. Where is that stuff? And so it's not a big deal. I'm a mobile party. I can pop up the table, I can pop up the chairs, and I'm ready to go. Now, the other thing we're going to pull up this document again is to have a black tablecloth. Okay. So believe it or not, I bring a black tablecloth to everything because even sometimes, you guys, when they have a table, it might be really nice and I don't want to mess up their table. Or this time of year, sometimes it's like Christmas Santa Clauses all over the place. And I'm like, that is distracting. So I just bring a black tablecloth with me and I throw it over the table. Now, then what I found with a black tablecloth or a black sheet, you guys, is our Mary Kay products displayed looks so beautiful. But also, the party's going a little long and a little crazy. I take one end of each of the corners, make it a gunning sack, and I put it into my bin, which is how I transport all my stuff for a party. Now, that might sound crazy to you, but I want to get in and out as fast as possible, and I can reset my bin and my party and my products at my house. And so you're going to see this in our packing checklist, but I want to show you the bin. You can kind of see some of my bins right here, and you can see my inventory over there, but I'm going to show you how I have this bin. Because this is how, you guys, I bring everything to my parties, okay? In a bin like this. And it makes it so easy, you guys, so easy. So I have my inventory bags, which I'll show you. I have my bin and I have my table and chairs. Now, not always do I need to have my table and chairs, but it's available when I need it, okay? So a great investment is a table and lightweight chairs. I got mine at Walmart. So you can get it at Costco, Target, IKEA, but I will tell you it makes a big, big difference, okay? All right, so next, one of the key things for your party to be a success is to have your demo roll-up bag ready to go, okay? Now, there are many products that we use, believe it or not, that don't come in the starter kit, okay? Even if you got the upgraded kit. Some of you had the e-start kit. You got the $30 or $35 kit, so you didn't have any full-size products. So take a picture on the screen. You're gonna see my roll-up bag. This is everything, you guys, that I use and utilize at a party, okay? And I have a checklist because I want to make sure my roll-up bag is packed and ready to go and ready position. And this roll-up bag goes in my bin because these are all my demo products. These are not my personal use. These are my demo. I invested in this when I got inventory. It was a tax deduction, but I knew that people want to try before they buy, test before they invest. And so what I love is my checklist for you to create your roll-up bag. Now, for those of you that got the more upgraded kit, you have a lot of these items, but you don't have all of them. And so for new consultants, when you get that first product order in, your sales director will help make sure that you have everything you need to create your roll-up bag. Now, remember, we basically do two types of parties, a skincare party and then a color party. And so we also do have a color party demo bag that you can put together. Now, we're not going to talk about glamour and color parties today, but we will pop up on the screen what the color kit looks like, because for those of you that are placing your first order, your sales director is going to help you, if you come in with enough inventory to be able to do this, to set up everything that you need for a color appointment. And you guys, that's generally the second appointment. So no matter what, we always do 2 appointments with everyone. The first ideally is skincare, the second is color. Both are complementary. So we have a roll-up bag for everything you need to do demos at skincare parties. And then we have this document that just went on the screen, how to assemble your glamour kit to do glamour appointments. Many times those are one-on-one, but we also teach you how to do group glamour, okay? So again, this is really exciting, and you're able, when you start with inventory, to get some of these things on hand in addition to product that you can sell. And when you're at an appointment and people try something and then they can take it home that day, you guys are going to sell so much more. If they have to wait, many people, especially people you don't have a close relationship with, sometimes get a little leery about giving you money when you haven't given them a product. And so you will sell 2 to 3 times more when you have product on hand, okay? All right, so one of your assignments is to assemble your roll-up bag and have it in ready position. For those of you that are seasoned consultants that are getting on today because you want to reboot your business, you can't have any old or discontinued products in your roll-up bag, okay? If the products start to look a little, I would say, used, get fresh ones, okay? And put those used ones in your bathroom. My husband always makes fun of me because he's like, you have 5 oil-free eye makeup removers. I'm like, I know, because I have a full fresh one in my roll-up bag, okay? This is time of year for tax purposes too, for those of you that are seasoned consultants, to refresh your roll-up bag, okay? And write off those demo products so you get the deduction and do a refresh on your roll-up bag. So if you have a bag in prime condition, ready to go, that is another assignment that I'm going to ask you to do in the next 48 hours, to order in the products to be able to do that, or take them off your shelf to be able to do a refresh of your roll-up bag. Okay, well, part of the party's success, you guys, is preparation, and that comes with packing. So I created a packing checklist because I can't tell you how many times I went to go do a party, driving down the road, almost to the hostess's house, and I thought, do I have the mirrors? Do I have my roll-up bag? Do I have my products to sell? Okay, here's the deal. There are times where you have to improvise, where it's like, oh, got to use someone else's mirror, got to use paper plates. That is not ideal. That is the exception. We are beauty consultants, and if you want to be taken seriously, you got to be prepared and you got to show up ready to go. So here you can see I use these bins for everything. You can get Lowe's, Walmart, Target, Home Depot. I love the ones that have the clasp of a lid because things can get crazy at the party, and I need the lid to stay attached to my bin, and I need it to shut easily, okay? But this is the packing list of everything that you need, from the tablecloth to the amazing raffle tickets that help engagement with the party, to your product inventory bags. And you can see right there in my closet here, my product inventory bags. So I keep my product to sell in those because they're really easy to transport, and you get those on MK Connections, okay? Also, when you're a Star consultant, you can get MK Connections vouchers to be able to purchase the inventory bags. So you guys, it keeps it really simple. I have my inventory bags to sell, I have my table, I have my chairs, and then I have my bin that holds all the stuff that you see here. Don't worry, we're gonna share the checklist with you, but one of the things I do is I slide the checklist into a sheet protector, and then I just use a dry erase marker to check everything off. But you guys, it has everything in there for like my washcloths. So I do get white washcloths because you can bleach them. I heat them up, so I wet them, okay? Then I roll them up just like a spa, microwave them, and I put them in a hot cold bag or in tin foil, and I bring them ready to go for my parties. So again, that's on the packing checklist. And if you read the flip chart, you'll even see where it says, now is the time to pass out the washcloth. Now, you guys, I bring a charger because sometimes people just to find a plate, it's too much. I bring it with me. I'm a mobile party. I'm in ready position. I don't have to count on anything with my hostess. I got everything I need just in case she doesn't. And you might be thinking, well, I could have microwaved my washcloth at her house. Well, have you seen people's microwaves? Sometimes they're really disgusting. No judgment, but if someone cooked lasagna last night and reheated it in her microwave and it splattered everywhere, and then you're putting the washcloth in her microwave, and then we have people that are highly offended by the smell of lasagna, and they're putting that hot washcloth on their face, that's the buzzkill. So I come ready to go with my warm washcloth, wrapped in tinfoil in a hot cold bag. But again, that's on the checklist. So we're going to give you this checklist, but I'm telling you guys, having your bin ready to go is key. Someone could call me right now and say, Kristin, I'm ready to do a party. I'm ready to go. My bin is reset. So when I get home from a party, I reset my bin. And some of you have middle school children and high school children or grandchildren that can check things off, okay, and reset the bin for you, okay? It does not have to be hard. Now, one of the other, I would say, keys to success for a party is making sure you have invitations. I love to use the Canva templates that we've created for you, and Kristin and Melissa will share that with you guys, but I love having these, and then I just truly like personalize these, okay? So here's a couple invites we've created lately, whether it's a Zoom party or an in-person party, okay? But these are templates that we save on Canva, or you can use in Pic Collage. Now, these are key because you can text them out, you can Facebook them out, you can also print them and send them in the mail. So we have a template for an in-person party and a virtual party. Now, here's the key. Do you see the pictures on there? Okay, so some of these are hosted by the consultant. So you can see this is Michelle's that's up. This is her launch party that she's doing, and that's her picture. She's the hostess. You'll see Gina on the far right. She's the hostess, okay? But Erin in the middle was a hostess of mine, okay? And you guys, she booked at a party. So at the individual consultation, we took a selfie. Why did we take a selfie? Because I wanted her friends to know I'm the beauty consultant and I wanted her picture to be on there, okay? So I take a ton of selfies at the individual consultation, which we're gonna talk about, okay? Because that's where I get the picture for the invites. So it's so key. People need to see the fun and they need to see a cute invitation. It also gives you a reason to follow up. So what to say when you send out the invite, we have tons of stuff on boards that will make such a difference. But I also wanted to show you these really amazing invites. Yes, Gina, that is you. And that was such a great invite. I wanted to use it as an example, so thank you. And you guys, you don't have to be super great at Canva or super great with Pic Collage. This is easy for us to teach you. And for your first party, your director or your recruiter might even make the invitation for you, okay? So invites are key. Okay. The other thing, how I get people to parties, you guys, is with goodie bags. It's with goodie bags. And you might be thinking, Kristin, okay, how do I do goodie bags? They're so easy, just like we've talked about with warm chat bags, blessing bags when you're out and about. So we're going to put this file up on the screen so you can see exactly how we do goodie bags, you guys. But I like to put a little hand cream. It doesn't have to be a hand cream, but I love the hand creams from section 2, a mint, a lip gloss sample, and then I attach my business card. Now here's the key. Personalizing the goodie bag. I use Avery labels and I print out their name. Now, I think I have fairly cute handwriting. I still don't write it in my handwriting because if Sydney doesn't show up to the party, I slap a new label on and this becomes Mary's bag, okay? So I use these little organza bags from Amazon because you can scrunch them and they still look good, okay? And here's the key. I text a picture of their personalized goodie bag to them. That is the key. People, their favorite thing to hear is their name. They also like to see their name. And so I am texting them pictures of their goodie bag that they can redeem at the party. Also, you'll notice when you read the flip chart, several times throughout the flip chart, I say, when we meet individually and I give you your goodie bag, consultation, when I give you your goodie bag, they've already seen the goodie bag, they hear me talk about it. So one of the key things you'll notice about the party is not only the table close where you're telling them about the different sets, but getting each person to the individual consultation to find out exactly what she wants to take home. I show the set and the deals and steals for tonight only, okay, at the table with everyone, but I individually close each person. How I get them to the individual close where it's not awkward is I say, okay, Jessica, are you ready to get your goodie bag? She already knows what the goodie bag is. I've talked about the goodie bag a million times, okay? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, come on, girl. Now, let's say Sydney doesn't show up to the party for whatever reason. I follow up with her and I'm like, Sydney, I have your goodie bag still. I'm so sad. I heard that you had little ones get sick, but I would love for us to get rescheduled and I can either do a one-on-one appointment with you and or you can invite a couple girlfriends and get hostess credit just like Gina did. I leverage when people don't show up to get back together with them to get their personalized goodie bag. So all it is my business card. It's hole punched with their label. If she ends up not ever calling me back, a new label gets slapped on top of the old one, and you can have your middle school child, elementary school child assemble those goodie bags for you, okay? So when you place your inventory order, your sales director will also put on a few samples on there to make sure that you can get your goodie bags in ready position. Okay, so much of your party success, you guys, has to do not only with the preparation, but with the follow-up. So this party page is my, it's my ride or die right here, okay? I don't have like all these notes about my parties in my spiral notebook that you hear me talk about. I have my follow-up list, my dump list, who I'm contacting. But for each party and appointment, I use a party page, okay? And I love this party page because it has everything from who the hostess is, when the party is, and it walks you through a hostess checklist. Have you talked to her about what she's getting for free? Have you got the names and numbers? Like, do you have the addresses? So you can see here, if we can zoom in on this a little bit, everything from collecting the guest list to pre-profiling, asking the questions about her skin, which on the Boards app, it tells you exactly what to ask, okay? And a checklist for success. You see, your job is to make sure your hostess gets everything she possibly can get for free based on your hostess program, okay? So you can see here, it has everything from did you send out the invites? Okay, have you received the guest list? And you check off the boxes. This ensures that you are doing every step to make this party a success. If a party fails, a lot of times it's because as the consultant, you did not properly coach your hostess. So this party prep page is really small on my screen. Melissa, is there any way you can bump this up to be a little bit larger? If not, you guys, what you'll see here is we will put this on boards, but you can even see if the hostess is having 5 or more guests over 21. Has she gotten outside orders? Some of you forget to even ask her about outside orders, okay? Has she already booked her second appointment with you, okay? If it's virtual, have the party sample packs been sent, okay? So what I love about this document is whether it's a virtual party or an in-person party, it has all the checklists to success for you, the consultant, to ensure that your hostess is going to max it out. Now, one of the things you want to decide is which hostess program are you going with? You know, one of the great things about Mary Kay, you guys, is we can choose which hostess program we want to go with. Now, I love the 200 free to party with me. Now, if you're like $200, Kristin, okay, I know that cost you $100. We also have a $100 free to party with me. But the way that I've designed this, you guys, is if you work this, you will not lose. You will not lose. So to give you an idea, on the 200 party with me for free, they get $25 if they provide their guest list within 48 hours of booking. Now, wouldn't you say it's worth $12.50 to you to get that guest list of 10 or more people within 48 hours? They get $25 in free product if they have 5 or more guests who are 21 or older and do not currently have a consultant. Knowing you're in front of 5 people over 21, is it worth $12.50 to you in product? Yes. Okay. If they have over $225 in party sales, you give them additional $25 in free product. If they get 2 bookings for future parties at their party, they get $25 in free product. And get this, if they get over $100 or more in outside sales from people that couldn't attend the party, you're going to give them $100 in free product. Now, you might be thinking, wait a minute, what? Those were people that were never going to come to the party anyway, right? Those are people that you can book for a virtual event. Now, again, if the 200 and free party with you, like, just makes you a little nervous, okay? Do the $100 for free. So in Boards, we have tons of different party options and hostess programs. But what I would suggest is you choose a hostess program and you run with it for a couple months. You can always change it up. But I have found the 200 to party with me has never done me wrong. And it's forced me to be prepared. It's forced me to coach my hostess. And you guys, it's moved a lot of product for me. So if you haven't already decided which hostess program you're going with, that's an assignment, okay? That's an assignment for you. That party page, you want to have multiple printed out. You want to reference them. And remember, for every party, okay, with more than one person, that's considered a party, okay? Ideally 3 or more, ideally 5, okay? You want to have a party page. So again, when you go to print off your, your flip chart, you might want to send those party pages to be printed as well at Office Max. Okay, the next piece I want to talk about, you guys, is never doing a party alone. I love having people go with me to my parties because it helps me. I would say execute the party faster. People that are on my team or people in Mary Kay can learn while I earn. And so I always have someone coming with me to watch. Now, even before I had team members, you guys, there was just Mary Kay sisters that wanted to come and see me do a party. And I always encouraged people to come with me, and it's really served me well. Now, some of you might be saying, well, I don't know if I want to take my team member because what happens if the party's like a hot mess express? Good. She sees how you handle it. So many times we get into the car and I'm like, whoa, okay, I've never had that happen before. Or gosh, we talk about what we could have done different. Or if anything, you guys, she sees how you handle it. Not every party is perfect and you just get in the car and you laugh about it. I mean, truly. And so I love doing a party. And I always say, for my sake, I hope this party goes really smooth and I sell a lot of product. For your sake, I hope it's kind of a hot mess because you're going to see how I handle it. And many people on here have seen me do lots of parties and they can tell you we've had some really crazy things happen at parties. Woman goes in labor in a party. I had a woman pass out. They had to call the ambulance. Okay. I had a dog pee in my shoe and I had taken off my shoes underneath the table and then put my foot into the shoe. Okay. I've had a cat pee in my box, my bin. I've had all things happen. I had a $1,000 party and then wiped out the hostess's mailbox when I was backing up. I mean, you guys, it's all part of it. And you just roll with it and you have fun and it's funny later. But again, that's real life and stuff is going to happen. Okay. Now, one of the other keys to success for your parties is deciding the set that you're going to feature. Okay. And you guys, I make sure that I pack my inventory based on the set sheets that I'm featuring. So we've also updated our set sheets. We have a couple different offerings that I love. And these are the set sheets that I use at in-person parties. Now, what you're going to notice when you look at my table setup, which we're going to get to it in a second, there is a place where the tray sits when it's opened up. And this set sheet sits upside down with the tray and the mirror, okay? And it sits right here. So we have a picture of it and we will show you. But when we get to the point of the table close, remember there's 2 closes, the table close and the individual close, you turn this over and this has the different sets. Also in the flip chart, it asks you to insert the set sheet that you're going to use, okay? So you'll see that in my flip chart, you guys, I have the set sheet that I'm using. Okay, so there's 2 different options here. Just make sure your placemats, we call these with the set sheets, match whatever's in your flip chart. Now, just so you know, I use 2 different set sheets because if someone's at one party, I like to switch it up for the next party. And so because I have a sheet protector, guess what? Here's my next set sheet. So I can switch it out depending on what set sheets I'm using, okay? You'll want to get these set sheets printed in color at Office Max. And then one of the things that I do, you guys, is the set sheets on one side, the placemats on the other. I invested in an Amazon laminator because I think at Office Max, these are like $1 each to get laminated. I bought my own laminator. I think it was like 20 or 30 bucks. We'll put a link in the chat to one on Amazon. and I laminate my own stuff. I feel like as a mom, I laminate a lot of stuff too, like my son's artwork. And so I love having one. If that is not fun for you, then just have them laminated Office Max. But I try to have 10 of each set sheet laminated. So I have extras, and then I have one that I can set out at the individual consultation as well, okay? You can put these in sheet protectors as well. That's another option. The reason I like the lamination versus the set sheet, okay, is because sometimes it falls out, sometimes it gets wet, and these are really hardy, but it's not wrong to use a sheet protector, okay? I just like the lamination. I like how it feels. And then people too can circle on the lamination with a dry erase marker if you want to do it that way too. I don't, but a lot of people like to use the laminated sheets and circle with a dry erase marker, okay? Now, the most important part of the party, you guys, is the opening and the close, okay? So sometimes people get so worried about in the middle and trying microdermabrasion and trying the charcoal mask that they skip the referral game. They skip the close. And so as you're studying my flip charts, I want you guys to know the most important part is the opening and the close. What happens in the middle really doesn't matter, okay? The opening, because you have to grab their attention and get them excited. So in the opening, I do the satin hands and the satin lips at the table, okay? And because this is the clip note version of my party today, you can watch my entire process of how I do this in the pin post on the Sharpe National Area Facebook group. We had someone that videoed me doing a skincare party in Utah about a year ago. And so Melissa will also put that in the chat here, but you can see how I do the opening with satin hands and satin lips. I don't bring each person to the sink. I don't have them when they show up to the party go over and do satin hands. It's something that I do with the group, and it's on purpose. There's a strategy behind it. It's how I know who I want to recruit, who I want to book, and who I think is going to be like the best hostess, okay? So it'll make sense when you watch that video, but the opening and the close are so key. Also, the referral game, okay, which is in the flip chart. You want to get really good at the flip chart and really good at the referral game. And so make sure you're practicing that flip chart. You should not show up to a party and read the flip chart for the first time. No, ma'am. Okay. You should have practiced that hundreds of times before you got there. Okay. And that way you can customize it. You can make notes and everything that you want to do. So the party opening is key. Also, you guys, what's wonderful is that when you have inventory, okay, you can also not just demo the CC creams, because some people want more of a foundation. So you'll see that I have all the liquid foundations that I bring to parties, you guys. And I really love having these on hand. And I'm able to do that because I have inventory. But one of the key things to the setup of the table, and we're going to put this up. Okay, so here's the table setup. You can see, you're going to see the order of the products that's in the flip chart. These are pictures of exactly how I set up the table. You have access to these. You can see the placemat. You can see that every guest has a demo foundation brush, okay? So we're going to show you these pictures so you have access to this. But the next slide tells you how each tray is set up. And I think this is really important. So this shows you where to squirt the products. This shows you all the things that you need for the party setup. Now, I sell a lot of foundation brushes and a lot of mask brushes. Why? Because they demo them. When you start with inventory, you're able to have these on hand. This right here is the money maker. People want to try before they buy, test before they invest. You want to sell more CC creams and foundations. You want to sell more masks. They got to use the applicators. So I let people know that this is not a free gift or a souvenir, okay? But I want to show you, you guys, why this is so key. So demonstrating with showing how our products work is key, okay? So when I'm talking about the applicators, I say, okay, I want you to pretend like this mirrors your face, okay? So how many of you apply foundation using your fingers? Let me know, raise your hand, okay? I give them a raffle ticket. If they are honest and tell me they use their fingers, I'm like, perfect, okay. The only thing about using your fingers is your hands a lot of times are dirty, and the heat from your finger melts the product. So have you ever been wondering, like you're trying to cover a zit and you're like, why isn't it covered up? The heat from your finger melts the product. So I'll show you See here how it's not very even? I know, that's because the heat from my finger melted the product. It's not going to give you as even as an application. Okay, now, how many of you are sponge girls? Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay, I know sponges, very lightweight, very, I would say lightweight application, easy to use, but how many of you have heard that your sponge is the most disgusting place of your kitchen sink? Yeah, filled with most bacteria. I know. So sponge girls, I'm going to give you a raffle ticket, but I want you to just think about it. What does sponge do? It soaks up, right? So here we go. Where's all the foundation? In the sponge. I know. So good deal for you. Well, for me, if you use a sponge, because you're going to be ordering your product a lot longer. I'm going to go ahead and use the excess of the foundation on the back of my hand that I used for my finger. And this is with our brush. Finger, sponge, brush. You see the difference? You want more bang for your buck? Invest in this brush. It'll make all the difference. Now, today, I'm going to let you use the demo brush. It's not a free gift or a souvenir, okay? But you can use it just to see how awesome our CC cream, or if some of you are using our foundation goes on. But getting a primer, a brush, a CC cream, and or a foundation will be a game changer in how you look and feel and the application. Okay, this is one example of what I do at my skincare parties. Do you see the value of showing this? You cannot do this if you don't have the tools. So again, inventory, having products, you're going to sell more. You might have to take a little bit less of a profit if you have to reinvest in the beginning, but I promise you it will make all the difference. Okay, so please look at the party guest setup. Okay, make sure you're ready to go. This also coincides with the checklist for success. Okay, now remember, there's two closes. There's the table close and there's the individual close. So make sure that you're reading that in the flip chart, you guys. That is key to your success. And then, you guys, I always bring people back to the table to do the raffle drawing. Now, what do I do for raffles and how many do I give away? It just depends on the party. But when you get free product with your inventory, you can have more giveaways because that was 100% profit, right? And so what I love about you guys, the close is after I've met with everyone individually, okay? And that can happen quickly, especially if you have people there that are helping you at a party because you're not doing it alone. You get them back to the table, and that's where I share the Mrs. Cab quick purse game, okay? Again, it's in your flip chart of how to do it. And then I give out raffle tickets. I have all the raffle tickets in the pocket of my beauty coat, but you can put them in a gift bag or however you want to do it. And then I draw out the winners, okay? It's as easy as that. But you guys, I do also do a drawing from the Tell Us What You Think forms because this form is the game changer. So I tell people that the Tell Us What You Think form is my report card. So we're going to pull it up on the screen so you can see this. Okay, again, all these documents are in the boards app, but the Tell Us What You Think form has them tell me, even though they've already told me on the individual consultation, it has them write their name, their phone number. They have to check if they want to purchase products, if they want to book, if they want to join, if they want to do a virtual party or not. And I love this because it asks them to rate their interest level on a 1 to a 10, and they can't be a 5. Now, just so you guys know, I color code these as a director. So if I'm doing a business debut, these are in pink. If it's a personal party, they're in green, and that means they're printed on different colored paper. So I know where this guest came from as a director, okay? Even though I met with someone individually, sometimes they didn't book, but then on this, they say they want to host a party. So I'm like, wait, what? Or, oh, they want to start their own Mary Kay business. So people that are 10s, like, they're joining tonight. And so I do collect these sheets and I do a drawing from these sheets. And I call these my report card. So not only do I do a drawing from the raffle ticket, but I do a drawing from collecting these sheets, okay? So I want you to know, again, how I do that is on the flip chart, but I love this sheet because this really tells me people's interest in the opportunity. And sometimes it's the quiet girl that doesn't say anything that you wouldn't have thought was going to join Mary Kay that's a 10. Now, one of the key sheets, you guys, in the starter kit is I talk about the 2 different starter kit options that we have. The $35 kit and the $125 kit. Now, why I call it 125 is because everyone has to start with the 35. And then you can upgrade it to the 90. Now, you'll notice on here, I don't talk about the $45 samples. I feel like that's confusing. I want them to get 2 choices. So this sheet, you can also pass out and have this printed. And that really is key at the party. But that way they know how much it costs to get started. Now, I talk about the opportunity after I've already met with everyone individually, because if not, you're going to sell a bunch of $35 starter kits, okay? And you guys, we want customers and we want people to believe they can pay full price. It is very typical that someone buys a Cadillac collection and then buys a starter kit. And when they do, you guys, they believe that other people will do that too. If you just lead with the starter kit, you're missing out on paying yourself for doing that pampering session right there. And you're doing your future team member a disservice because you're not showing her how to work this full circle. Okay. So you always do the individual closes before you ever share about marketing. And you guys, party, like fast marketing, this is sharing the facts. So some people join, but most of the time, you have to schedule another sharing appointment or interview, is what I like to call them, to really get to know that person and find out if Mary Kay is for them. I'm not saying that you can't recruit people on the spot. It happens all the time. But I love to book those sharing appointments where I truly can get to know the person, because there's lots happening at a party. And you're able to do that and earn your pearls with your sales director, okay? All right. Cleansing breath in, cleansing breath out. This was an hour and 15 minutes of high intensity party info. All right. You have an assignment to move into action. Also, a full video of watching me in action doing all this, not just the psychology, is in the pin post in the Sharpe National area. And I believe we also put it in the board's app. If you haven't watched that, you're going to want to watch it. Now, that was recorded a year ago, so it's not the same miracles that we have now, but just delete that part. It's the concept of why I do what I do, okay? You guys, if I were to tell you to spend any time learning anything and investing in Mary Kay, it would be becoming a master at the skincare party. I have done a party with over 150 people. I've done a party in multiple different languages all around the world. The magic of Mary Kay happens at parties. Faces take you places. The closer you do your parties and appointments, the faster you will have success, the faster you'll move into profit, okay? And I want you to think about this. Just like you go to school to be a dentist or a doctor or a paralegal, you guys go to school learning Mary Kay, but this is a very, keep it simple, success plan. So if you're going to invest time and energy, it is in the preparation of the party, it is in the party presentation, and then it's mastering the booking and the coaching of the party. We have everything set up for success for you. You're going to have access to this replay, and you're going to have access to the fuller length videos on virtual and in-person parties. So I am wishing you and your family a Merry Christmas. I want you to know what a blessing it is to have you be a part of our national area. I pray that something I say today moves you into action. I want to encourage you. There's still plenty of time in this month. And I also know that some of you do have some time off in these next few days. And I hope and I pray that you'll make the investment in setting your Mary Kay business up for success and really mastering the skincare party. We call it party and pass it on because it's our mantra. We are partying and passing it on, this incredible Mary Kay opportunity that I know has made an impact on your life. It can make an impact on thousands and thousands of others because of your investment in yourself and in your business. So Merry Christmas. I love you. Thank you for being on. And the secret passcode for today is party and pass it on. So I'm going to ask you to reach out to your sales director and tell her your aha moments, your light bulb moments from today, your BFOs, your blinding flashes of the obvious. And in fact, this might got you excited to really make an investment in your business and in yourself and start this new year off strong. That is my hope and that is my prayer. Have a blessed Christmas. Happy New Year. Bye-bye.